Welcome to the Army Empire Podcast, your go-to podcast for insightful tips on investment strategies, entrepreneurship, and all things money matters. Join Bernard Alerte, your guide on this journey to financial freedom. Each episode will dive into expert advice, practical strategies, and inspiring stories to help you take control of your financial future. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or a seasoned investor, we've got something for everyone. So get ready to unlock your financial potential and make your money work for you. And now, let's welcome your host, Bernard Alerte.
Hello. We got a crowd.
How you guys doing?
We have a crowd today. What is up with today's epised? Bernard, you have
We're so excited today. Yes, we are fired up. We are so excited today. Because we're going to, as you know, September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. So we're going through so many different scenarios out there with life insurance, but we want to bring a different perspective from the whole picture and bring on women's perspective from life insurance, right? And so important. And I can tell you, I am blessed. I'm so fortunate enough. I have so many incredible women around me, around my life, from my mom, from incredible woman, for my wife Eileen, and even in business and friendship, I have so many incredible ladies that work with us. You know, like Timna Polanco, right? We have with Timna Polanco, my friend Myra Vasquez. We also have up and coming leader. Her name is Lisenia Nunez, also, and also we have a lady that inspires the heck out of me. She's actually 78 years old, right? 78 years old, Liz, and she's so excited. She's the most energetic person working with us. She is fired up. She works. She's excited. She has, like, I have some 20-year-olds I work with, don't even have energy, and she's so excited. So I am blessed to have so many incredible. Even you, Liz, what you bring got a chance to us to be friends together, and totally impacted our lives, and it's such a positive, you and your husband. So we're excited. So we did an episode, I think a couple months back, on women in business, right? And I'm against so many, and the ladies like, listen, we do another one. So you know what? Let's bring the ladies up right now, especially women's perspective when it comes to life insurance, because we believe 100% facts tell, but stories sell, right?
Ooh, I like that.
Tell, but stories sell. And these ladies have an incredible story they want to share, because we want to bring a human perspective on this. Human perspective, how impactful life insurance is in our communities, especially with women. And we wanted to have them take over. And so I'm here to be a student. I'm gonna sit back and take some notes. I heard they're gonna put me in the back, right? And
put him in the green room. Yes.
So I'm just gonna be a spectator in the back, but I'm excited. It's gonna be a life-changing. This probably gonna be the best, absolutely the best podcast we've done so far. I believe that 100%, because these ladies are gonna bring it.
Come on now. So I see the numbers going up. We have some folks watching on Instagram, on YouTube, and on Facebook. Stay connected with us, because this episode is going to be amazing, just like Bernard said. But we are going to pull them backstage. Yes. Should we pull them backstage? You can come back right before we leave, right? And you can sign us off. But thank you so much for that amazing intro. Here we go. All right. Bye, Bernard. Say bye, guys. Bye. All right. So just as he said, September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. And this particular part 4 of We Do What's Right, is the women's perspective. So I have some questions for the ladies here. We have a financial professional here, and these girls, they know what they're talking about. So let's get into that. And when we do, we just want you to comment. We want you to say hello. We want you to interact, because this is why we do what we do. We absolutely love doing this. And we want you to like and follow on Facebook. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube, all the things. And as always, we just want to thank you guys for being on here with us, because it's so important. And you all help us run these podcasts, which is really a teaching. we go into some serious in-depth teaching when it comes to all things money matters. And for those who are watching on my personal profile, y'all already know I don't go live a lot on my profile, my personal profile, but I'm doing it because I believe so much in everything that I've learned in the past year that we've been doing the Army Empire podcast as a co-host with Bernard. Hello there, Sally. You're excited. Yes, excited about the ladies and what we're going to talk about. Hello, Sally. Thank you for joining us. All right. So, Timna.
Hi, Liz.
Say hello to the audience. What is it that you do?
So, my name is Timna Polanco. I'm super excited to be here, actually. And I'm actually a financial professional, as you mentioned. My coach, I work along with Coach Bernard. I'm a regional vice president. And we love to educate families with their finances.
Oh, fantastic.
Good to be here today.
Yes.
What we do.
I love it. I love it. And then we already know Eileen. She is Mrs. Bernard. Mrs. Bernard. So let's go ahead and jump into some questions. I have my paper and pen out. You guys already know we always love taking notes. So I'm going to have some questions are for both of you, and then some are just specifically to one in particular. Hello. Yes, it's ladies' night. It's ladies' night, and it feels so right. We're ready to learn. We're ready to learn. Okay, so the first question, this one is for both of you. Let's start with Eileen. As a professional coach and financial professional, what are some of the challenges or misconceptions that you've experienced some women have when it comes to life insurance?
Yes. The first misconception that I wanted to talk about is I don't need it because I don't work.
Okay. Ooh, so people will usually say, I don't need life insurance because I don't work.
Right. And usually who's speaking is probably someone that's a stay-at-home mom, right? That they're not working, but they're undervaluing their economic contribution, even without a paycheck. Okay. So the cost of childcare, that's what the person's doing, right? The stay-at-home mom is childcare, household management, taking care of the house, right? And there's also elder care. Who's taking care of the elders, the parents, if they live? Like for instance, I take care of my mom. Well, it's my mother-in-law. I call her mom. What happens if I wasn't doing that?
Somebody else would need to be paid for that.
Exactly. What happens if I'm not taking care of the children? What happens?
Pay somebody to do it.
Exactly. And then managing the home. Okay. That's a big deal, especially you manage a home. There's always something breaking down, doing the compra, food shopping, the operations of the home. Right. So I don't need to cover myself, meaning get a policy on myself because I'm not the one working. So that's a misconception. And also Timna can piggyback on that.
Yes, definitely. One of the biggest misconception, Liz, is also it's too costly. A lot of people think that life insurance is very expensive and they can't afford it without actually looking into it. Okay. And the second one that I wanted to talk about is that those women that are working think that their employer actually provides enough life insurance coverage. That's another misconception. And they underestimate the amount of money and the big impact that losing a woman in the household has. When you lose a woman in the household, it is very costly. And another one is, which it gets me upset, it gets me hot, it gets me, oh my God, yes, my husband got it. I don't need to know my husband has everything
under control. He has, yes.
He's handling it.
Yes.
And then you stay not knowing, the spouse stay not knowing the transactions or the coverages or anything. I had brought this up that at one point my father did everything and my mom did not know. Didn't know how much coverage, didn't know how much, didn't know the insurance company name. So staying out at women feel like, oh no, that's what he's in charge of. Okay, he's in charge of it, but you got to know about it.
Correct.
You know how much is the coverage, right?
Mhm.
Another misconception is underinsuring the spouse, which leads to I don't need it because I don't work. So it's saying, oh, he's the breadwinner, or maybe there's both work, but one brings in more income, right? Usually out there, statistically, the man brings the most income, right? So I don't need to cover myself. Meaning, let's put a $500,000 on the husband and then like 50,000 on the wife. What is that? Just to bury her? No. So you're devaluing the spouse role in the family economically. Like we spoke about childcare, elder care, the household management, right? So you have to, that's a misconception, right? You have to like when Tim and Bernard and myself, when I was in the field, we would do financial analysis to see actually what's coming into the house, because you got to have combined 7 to 10 times of coverage, right? It can't be just for burial costs. You got to cover the house. The house needs to get paid. The mortgage needs to get paid.
That's so good. Listen, we're only 10 minutes into this episode and already we've gotten so much information here. And one thing that is so true is we undervalue our economic contribution. I mean, that's huge. What you do in the house, just because you're a stay-at-home mom, doesn't mean that you do not need life insurance. You should know what it is that you're covered for, and you should be covered. Don't let this be just, well, my husband got it, he'll take care of it. This is so good. I love this. All right, let's go to the next question. This question is for Timna. Timna, what are some products or some trends out there that you see that are hurting some women and their finances right now?
Wow, this is a very important question, because I'll call it a dangerous trend out there, and a product that is harming a lot of families, women especially, is IULs.
I knew you were going to say that. Because Bernard taught me about that.
Yes. Yes. And listen, when I first heard of this, you learn about products, but to actually sit down and see it firsthand, it's heartbreaking, and I will tell you this story, Liz, and it happened not too long ago, where this young lady inherited money from her family. She got over $100,000, and a friend told her, put this, in this investment, because that's what it's being marketed as. Okay, IULs are a permanent life insurance with a cash value account, but they are being marketed as investment products. So her friend told her to put it in this investment. Her friend helped her, and she put about $80,000. And I actually met her a month after. And she's like, no, I'm putting my life in order. And she was so excited. And I have this product. I just invested $80,000. I said, that's awesome. But you know what? Let's take a look at what you have. And if it's great, you don't have to make any changes. But let's get a second opinion. When I look at the policy, it wasn't an investment. It was an IUL. And guess what? When she called the company, Liz, to cancel and gain information, she put in a little over 80,000. She only got 54,000 back a month later with surrender charges. That's
which Bernard was talking to us and showing us an example of that specifically just an episode ago. That is insane. So that is huge, super dangerous. The IULs, people are pushing it as an investment when really is not.
And that's why it's very important to know who you are talking to. Are you talking to an agent that's going to push products that will actually benefit them, or are you talking to a coach?
Yes. And the $1 million question, what does that IUL stand for?
Sorry, what was that? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
What does IUL stand for?
Why I cannot hear? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Bernard's in the back. Bernard's going to come up here and remind us what IUL stands for. Bernard?
Yes, it's called Index Universal Life.
Index
Yes.
Universal Life.
I'm taking a lot of notes back here. I'm telling you, this is good.
Yes, this is super good. And
Awesome.
it is amazing. So there goes your answer, Sally. I asked literally the exact same question last week. I asked that question.
Am I back?
Yes, you are back. Yes,
We
you
have
are
a little technical difficulty.
Yes, I'm sorry. Index Universal Life. I'm not sure if it was answered.
Yes,
already.
we got it. We just had Bernard come up and answer that question for her. So good. But yes, this is truly disgusting and so wrong. So true. What the push is with this trend of this product acting like it's some kind of investment when really it's not. I can't believe that she lost so much money. 4 weeks later. 4 weeks later.
4 weeks later, yep.
So please be very careful with that. And with that, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the QR code that we have here for anyone who is interested in learning a little bit more. There is a QR code, that you can just snapshot it, hold down, and it'll take you to the website. And this will allow you to get more information, financial information, and get connected with our financial coaches, Bernard, and he will answer those kind of questions which we just saw right now. All right, so I'm going to move to the next question, and this one is for Eileen. Okay, Eileen, tell us about your personal experience, perhaps in your journey, that highlights the importance of life insurance and why you should acquire it early.
Yes, I had acquired life insurance coming into the company. I was a client first. So I had insurance like in my early 30s because I had through my father, but then I came off his policy and it was very little, but thank God my father knew the principles, right? So when I got married, that would be with my ex-husband, we established as a client with Primerica. Like I said, I was a client first. And then I got remarried, got divorced, got remarried. I kept my policy, right? So important. Even though we struggled, I learned no matter what, you keep that, right? Thank God I did.
Paying your life insurance.
Yes. And it was not a lot. It was not a lot. It's like, I think it was like $50 and and it really as the family grew, right? And then when I got remarried and I had my daughter, and she was only, I think, is it 18 months? She wasn't even 2 yet. I got diagnosed with breast cancer. So I was only 39 or 38? I don't remember age, but I was in my late 30s. And thank God I did, because I was 2 weeks from not existing. If they did not, I had an emergency surgery to remove the 8 masses that were found in my left breast.
Wow.
It had already metastasized. It already went past my chest wall into my lymph nodes, meaning to regal. Was that in English?
Yeah, it had spread.
It was spreading already. And thank God, I had the surgery. I had radiation. I had target therapy. I had a very particular breast cancer, which is HER2. So it had to be broken down. The DNA of that cell had to be broken down so I wouldn't have cancer or wouldn't travel. So I didn't have like a normal breast cancer, which took me several years to recover because of complications, right?
It was intricate. It was intricate, the one that you had.
Right. And everything that I went through, even though chemo kills the cell and the target therapy and all that, I still had, my body changed. So it had a hard time healing. So whatever surgery I would have, it would either complication, break down, or it wouldn't take. So I have had an effect other things that did not have to do with chemo.
Right.
Like I suffered a fall, and that fall degenerated my bones. So I suffered other complications. So I've had about 32 surgeries since 2013 till last year, August.
Yes.
So thank God, God has helped me along the way. God
Mhm.
heals, God can heal instantly, or you have a journey, right?
That's
My
right.
whole point to say that throughout the years, my policy has been increasing. So where it started at 150,000, right now is at 650. You know what makes me so happy? That God forbid something had happened, my children would have been taken care of. And I got it young. And statistically, in our company, the most payout, the death claims are 47 years and under.
Isn't
Not
that
no
crazy?
50, 60, 70, 47-year-olds and under are the
That's
ones that are getting, the death claims are being put in. So you have to understand that getting it early is what you need to do.
Getting it early is what you need, folks.
To
You
do.
heard it here. You heard it here. And from someone who has had so many physical complications, surgeries, and all the things, you have to get it early, get it while you're young, get it while you're healthy. Do not wait. And it's true. Life insurance is not very expensive. And listen, and if someone says that it is, especially if I'm going to say this just because this is what we're doing in my family. My sister and I, we take care of mom's life insurance. And we
Right.
make sure if mom can't do it, then the kids should come together and do it for any.
Right, exactly.
If it's $100, divvy it up between 4 siblings. That's only $25, and you're taking care of something that you're going to need later.
I can't tell you how many times we've had family meetings with our clients. We're like, okay, you can't afford this. Well, you need to go call your daughter, call your sons, and let's have a meeting because you need to be covered because God forbid something happens to you. Who's going to pay it? Them.
Yes. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're not doing the GoFundMe thing. No, because that in itself is also a scam and a thing and a thing and a thing.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
definitely.
We should not have to do that. We should not have to do that, especially if God has given us and surrounded us with people who have the knowledge, have the understanding, and they're sharing it with us. It's our responsibility to run with it and apply it to our lives. So good. I'm going to look at some comments here. Oh my, thank God he's kept his hand on you. Yes, he had. Yes, he had. On Eileen, this is the first time I've heard your story. God works miracles. Yes, he does. 74 years and younger is the average death payout. Wow. We are saying, wow, Anna. We are saying, wow. All right. So I have another question. This question is for both of you. And this question is, let's see. Okay. So what are some testimonies you've experienced in regards to folks that do not have life insurance as well as those who do have life insurance? I'm going to start with Tima.
Folks that do not have life insurance, I'm going to start with that first. So it creates a lot of stress on the family. Okay. When somebody passes away, it's very stressful. It's draining emotionally, psychologically, and is a big financial impact. So, for example, when we sit down with a family and we talk to them about life insurance, the moment to get coverage is the moment we talk to you. Okay. And we had that experience, and I was sharing with the team. I spoke to this young man and his wife about a year ago, and we're talking about life insurance very young, under 30. And he was starting his family, very beautiful family, 2 kids. And the wife, she wanted it. You could see she wanted the life insurance. But the husband was very adamant. He felt that he's young. We have time to get it done. We have our jobs. Job has great benefit. And guess what? A month ago, he had an accident. He passed away. And how did I find out? The GoFundMe. Because she's not working right now. She's taking care of the kids. Husband is gone, and there is no money for burial. And the burial is just the beginning of the challenge right here. Okay. Because imagine if you're having financial challenges with 2 incomes and 2 individuals being alive that can help each other. Imagine now you assuming all that responsibility all by yourself now with 2 kids.
Yeah.
So that is the sad part about neglecting getting coverage on time. And then a positive side, we help a client and we help her, and 2 months, not even 2 months later, the policy was issued. I remember in November, December, and the client passed away in January.
Mm.
And this lady was so excited getting life insurance because she wanted to make sure that her family, if anything was to happen to her, her family would have been protected.
Yeah.
And they were. One thing that I have to point out is that, yes, when somebody passes away so soon, the company has to look into the details and make sure that there weren't any pre-existing condition, which the company did. And guess what? They pay out the dead claim. Now, that family, you should see those girls trying to make their mom proud. They don't want to waste their money. They want, there's one that's in the process of buying a home, and they're just making sure that whatever their mom left for them, that it lives on, that they have something for the future, that they can invest it and spend it properly. Okay.
Yes.
So those are the two, my contribution, the two sides that I have seen.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, one can devastate, okay, a family, and that is than the other. Yes, you grieve. It hurts, but you grieve differently. Trust me, you grieve
Yes.
different when there is the finance. You take the time to actually grieve.
Santo,
When
that's
somebody passes away and there is no money, you have to go to work 3 days later, forget it during the day, try not even to think that the person passed away, because you gotta work and find out where the money is coming from, because life moves on. When somebody passes away and you have the moment to grieve, it's totally different. You take your time, you can stay home, you can, try to see how life is going to continue, the changes, how
yes.
to embrace the changes. It's totally different.
So good. So good. I just tagged my daughter. Like our young kids need to see this. And that testimony, that experience that you mentioned of being this couple that were in their 30s and how he loses his life in an accident, and the hesitation of, we don't need the insurance. Yes, you need the insurance because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
It's not promised. And you find out through GoFundMe, which is wild. I'm telling you, it doesn't cost a lot to have life insurance, and you cannot.
And the earlier you get it, the most cost effective.
So I want you to answer this question for me. I see that we lost Dimna again. She'll jump on in a second. What is your experience? Because she just shared that testimony of the 30-year-old. What is your experience?
Well, I had experiences that hit home. Right. I had my sister, the only sibling I have. She was 24 and she was diagnosed with a brain tumor. So we lived in the hospital for 2 years, and she passed away when she, in the hospital at 26. So we were battling this. We lived in the hospital. I was managing 3 homes, meaning I was managing my own home with babies, managing my father's home, my parents' home, and managing her home because she lived in a studio. So I would pay bills from 3 households because my parents just lived in the hospital. She was surgery after surgery, had 18 surgeries. They opened her head. I mean, it was an ordeal. Okay. And I could talk about it now because it's been 13 years and it doesn't get easier. It just gets bearable. That's what I tell people. Right. But she didn't have insurance. And I was early when I was a rep, and I would tell my sister, Francis, it's only $24. You work, you have a studio. Oh, I ain't got no kids. It's just me. And dad has me in his policy. I said, when you turn 25, you're off his policy just like I came off. Right. Get it now. It was like 200,000 coverage for like, oh my God, minute. It was like, I remember, down to the cents. It was like $28.64. I remember because I kept on. I was like, just fill out the check. It's right here. And then she, at 24, had a brain tumor, something that she first started with vision, and then they went, and it was crazy, a crazy 2 years. And she was that young. She didn't, she didn't even get to have like married or how. You don't know. You don't know. And that's an example of someone that did not have coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God she was, covered by my parents, meaning the finances and all that. But what if she had a child? 24 years old and passed away at 26? That was my sister. Another example was my father-in-law. Bernard's father was underinsured. So he was getting more insurance through Bernard was making sure that everything was fine, right, with your parents. And during the process of getting the application with getting life insurance, they discovered, they did his blood pressure, and they're like, you need to go to the hospital. Yeah. And he went, and he had a triple bypass.
Wow. In
the process of getting insurance. I mean, obviously he got denied because of what happened, but the point was that Bernard did what he was supposed to do. Thank God he did have coverage. He just didn't have a lot
of coverage because
it didn't cover the house and everything. They lived in Long Island, high taxes and all that. But even through that, look what God did. And he lived with us for a while. After that, he got the triple bypass. They put other things in place, like investments. Since he qualified, they put investments together to make sure everything was covered. And when he did pass away, when Sophia was 1 year old, 14 years ago, everything was taken care of. Bernard's mom is taken care of.
Is taken care of. I'm telling you, if this is not pushing you right now to send an email to thealerte@gmail.com, look, the email scrolling. If this is what we want. We want you to send the email while you're watching the episode.
Right.
Don't wait until you get off the episode to send an email. Do it while you're watching the episode, because there is urgency, a sense of urgency. Young folks are passing away. There's so much disease. There's just so many things that happen from one day to the next. Your job is to take care of those. It's the most precious last love letter that you leave to your family, is knowing that they are taken care of.
I also have one more, which was the closest to my heart. My children's father passed away. It's going to be 2 years, in October, the next few weeks. That was the hardest thing that I had to see my children go through, to lose their dad. He had a specific cancer around his colon. It wasn't that colon cancer. And he and I make sure that the kids were covered. In other words, we're not together, obviously, divorced, but I kept my policy. He kept his. I covered my children with mine. I'm talking about single parents here. And he covered the children under his. So something happened to him. He always said, Eileen, always, this is what it is. We co-parent. Everything was open, transparent. He said, Eileen, I have the kids taken care of. This is what each one of them are going to get at this point. I was like, okay, fine. So when things started to happen, the kids were taken care of. Yeah. My daughter was able to take a week off to grieve. Like Timna said, you grieve different. She didn't have to worry about working. If they didn't give her the week, she didn't care. She had money.
Yeah.
So she took off that week. She's about to get a house within a year or so. My other daughter, there were 3, she was able to open a business with her husband.
Look at that.
She bought a franchise because of the money that was left. My son graduated college, and even though it was a big degree and he got scholarships, most of it's paid off because his father took care of him.
Thank you, Papi. Right? Exactly. Thank you, Dad. What are we leaving for our children? And my hat comes off to those who can say, yep, we're not married anymore. Yep, we're divorced, but we still know and we're taking care of the kids when it comes to our life insurance. Man, this has been such an excellent episode. Should we bring Coach back? Let's
yeah, you can bring him back.
Listen, Bernard, let me put this up here. Coach Eileen, you don't look like you've been through all of that stuff. You are a beautiful woman inside and out. Oh,
Thank you.
Sally, thank you so
You
much.
know, she's the 78-year-old he was talking about in the beginning.
Sally, that's you?
Yes.
Oh, Sally, I love it. I love it. Thank you for being on with us. So what do you say, Coach, with the information that the ladies have shared with your audience today?
It's totally incredible. You know, like we talked about, I think a lot of times when we go over so much information, there's a human factor behind all this.
Mhm.
There's realness, it's people, families behind all this. And that's why some people miss, you know, we miss. And I'm gonna read this. I think I've read this letter a long time ago, but when I read this letter, totally impacted me. I'm gonna read it for you guys to close it out.
I
It says,
remember.
you and I have similar purposes in this world. It is your job to provide food, clothing, shelter, schooling, medicine, and other things for your loved ones. You do this while I lie in your safe deposit box. I have faith and trust in you. Out of your earnings will come the cost of my upkeep. At times, I may appear insignificant to you, but someday, and who knows when, you and I will change places. When you are laid to rest, I will come alive and do your job. I may provide food, clothing, shelter, schooling, medicine, and other things your family will continue to need, just as you are doing now. When your work and labor are done, mine will begin.
Whew.
Through me, your hands can carry on. Whenever you feel the price you're paying for my upkeep is burdensome, remember that I can do more for you and your family than you will ever do for me. If you do your part, I will do mine. Sincerely yours, your policy.
Your policy.
Yeah.
How powerful is that? So powerful. Such great information. We cannot talk about life insurance without talking about death and without talking about family. And as Bernard just said, true family matters and real life situations that we've seen here. And, you know, Eileen is a rock star. So is Bernard. Yes, my absolute favorite. You're truly incredible woman. So blessed to have you guys in my life. I love that. I love that. Every person should have life insurance.
Yes, absolutely.
Everyone.
Have conversations with your family members. I'm serious. Have conversations with your family members and make it happen and do it now. Do it now. All right, guys. This has been great. Is there a part 5?
There was, I don't know, maybe we should, right? That was actually the best episode. This ladies did incredible.
Amazing the way the girls broke it down. So powerful. Yep, we got a lot of powerfuls. Another powerful. That's powerful. I love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Listen, if you're just jumping on, watch the replay as soon as this is over. Start it from the beginning, because the way this opened up was powerful. Dimna shares some powerful stuff here with us, and this has been phenomenal. So thank you guys for sharing the women's perspective on We Do What's Right, September Life Insurance Awareness Month. We love you guys, and we will see you again next Tuesday. Bernard?
Yes,
let's do it.
We'll see you next Tuesday. Excited.
It's exciting. All right, have a good one. Bye, Team Nat. Thank you guys.
Bye-bye. Thank you for
Take
having
care,
us.
guys.
Have a good one. Bye, Bernard. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Army Empire podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Join us next week for another exciting edition, and until then, keep building your empire.